Hey, we're going to be modeling this couch or love seat, the cushion, the pillows, and we will add some materials to it, just like you see it on this picture. All right. First, let's check the units. I'm using inches and 1/64 of an inch. We're going to start with the box. We'll make the length of the box roughly 3 feet wide, and the width is going to be 5 feet wide. 5 feet, and the height's going to be 10 inches. Center the object to X and Y and Z. Get rid of your brackets by pressing J, and then convert this to a poly. Select the edge in the center and connect with two segments. Move it or pinch it to the edges, very close to the edges, like 98. Do the same thing on the other side. And now we can probably add another one in the center here, just one, because what we're going to do is we'll delete the right side and we're going to use symmetry. When you use symmetry, you should have the whole image like this. Since we're working only on one side, it's a lot easier now. Let's add some swift loops. We need to establish the roundness of the corners and on the edges of the base of the couch. These are sort of like control loops, and generally you need a little bit more than just the corner. You have to put a few more like this, a little bit behind, just to ensure that your round edges will not go too far into the object. They should stay on the corners. Now let me move this a little bit. Okay, we put one here. Move this a little bit this way, and I think that would do it. We'll try to see what it looks like now, and there you have it. That's all we need for now for this area. Now we can remove some polygons that you know are not going to be seen when you render. In this case, the bottom, or at least part of the bottom, can be deleted, and also the back and one side of it. Let me select a little bit more, and yeah, we can delete this area. Apply symmetry, and there we have it. That's all we need for now. Now let's do the arm. For this we'll use a chamfer box. On the chamfer box or chamfer box, we'll make it the same size as the rest of the as the base of the couch. Make this 36 inches by about 4 inches wide, and the height can be about 26, 28 inches depending on how you like that. So make sure the fillet is small enough to show the nice curve at the edge, and increase the segments. So something like that is pretty good for the side of the couch. So this is another way to create these rounded edge objects. Now we'll do the back of it. For the back we can use the same method. A chamfer box. You just have to match the same size as the center piece. We'll make it also 28 inches high. So let's change these parameters here. The length is 4 inches, the width is 5 feet, and the height is 28 inches. We'll leave the fillet the same as before. Just center it, and this one has to be moved, or change the size of this so that it fits the back and the front of it. Alright, that's basically it. On this one I will delete a few more polygons, but first let's change the shape of the back of this. If you add a connect line in here and you move it just below the seat, we can now select on the side view, on the left view here, these vertices and bring them inside. So this is to create just a little inclination on the back of the couch or the love seat. When you're done, you can correct the length of this centerpiece. Just bring it out here, and that would do it. Okay, so also you could remove a few more polygons of some of these objects if you know they're not going to be seen on render, like this. All right, so that pretty much does the basic shape of the couch. I'm not doing anything fancier than that, as you had seen on the image in the beginning. I will make some adjustments to the height and the small details, such as raising this up a little bit from the bottom. All right, that will do. Even this loop could be brought inside a little bit. All right, you can add some feet when you're done. Complete the couch by adding another arm on the side, and that's it. Okay, now we can go on and try the cushion. There are many ways to make these cushions, so I'm going to show you just two ways to see which one you prefer to use. Start with this box that measures roughly half of the base. You have to try to make it fit, and we're gonna take this box here and increase the number of segments so that in the corner you have a square. All right, so if you use if you apply Turbo Smooth, basically this is one type of cushion. But better yet, if you add a modifier to this, if you add cloth modifier, I'll show you what happens. Select from the modifier list cloth. On the object properties, we're going to change some parameters, such as the box will be cloth, and the presets is going to be like cotton. And then you change the pressure here. This is important. You change the pressure inside the cloth volume, and then you say OK. Make sure gravity is not on. If you leave it on, it will fall down to the forever or so. So unclick that. But wait a minute now. Let me change the order of this. Let's first turbo it, and we'll use cloth. So my parameters have probably changed here. So I'll do it again. Use cotton, pressure 5. Say OK, and then click on Simulate Local. And as you can see, depending on the pressure you use, you will get certain looks to your cushion and the way it looks generally based on the box we made. So that's one style. I'm going to make another one, which is the one you see in the beginning on the image I had before. So let's make this 7 inches high, and let's move it up again. Now this is a box similar to the one we had before, with about the same number of polygons. We're going to convert it to editable poly, and I'm going to move some of these loops to the edge. I'm going to add a few more here using Swift Loop, because I don't want the corner of this cushion too round. So this is just to control it, to make it a little bit smaller. So once you're done, we will add again the cloth Turbo Smooth first. Okay, and now this is going to be a different way to do it. We're not going to add cloth, but instead add the FD box type 4x4x4, and on the set number of ports change it to 3. select the control point in the center and raise it up just a little bit. So you can get a sort of a curve in the center area. Then while you selected that one, select the other center nodes here and move it up again. So now you have added a little bit of curve to the edges of the cushion. And this is the one with the kind of flat bottom and the curved top. Okay, so you can change, you can also edit the number of polygons you want to show here. You can do it beforehand or after. Now you know that this works, because this is not based on turbo smooth as much as it is on the FFD box. After you convert this to a editable poly again, you can remove a lot of these loops you won't need, because since you have established the curves, a lot of these are not necessary, as you can see. If you could press on your keyboard Control Backspace after you select them, they will be removed along with the vertices that are connecting. And thus you will end up with a much lighter object with less polygons. And this will help you in the end when you render all of your furniture. Okay, the next thing we can do here is we can model the pillow that's going to be on the back of this love seat. We'll start up with a box. In this case, the height of the box will be much thinner. So as you can see here, I only have I have the same amount of polygons, but I made it a lot shorter in height. Add some swift loops to the box after you make it an editable poly, of course. And these loops should be added to the very edges of the object. After that, you can apply cloth again. Same thing again. Make it cotton, and in this case the pressure can be a little higher. We'll start with 5, and that seems to do the job for this pillow. You can try different shapes and different pressures to see what will look best. Now it's just a matter of positioning this on your couch. Now, if you had done you notice the curve underneath here almost matches the curvature of your cushion here. If you had done the pillow first, so you can see that you could do the cushion later, and if you understand how the cushion cloth fit better the bottom of the parameter works. Let me show you here another way to make a pillow. You can design beforehand the shape of your pillows. This way. Let's make this, let me take away some of these loops and have only like a 6x6 on the top. Select the edges here, and I'm going to bring them inside. In other words, I'm making it almost like a rounded shape. This will look more rounded pillow or cushion. All right, so add a quadrify mesh from here. And the quad size is 4, which is pretty good. And this is what you get. Now apply cloth again. Same thing like before. Apply cotton, and then when you go to simulate local, you can see the effect. Select these edges and convert it segment in the middle. Then the segment itself you can chamfer or chamfer. and then you can select all these polygons around here. You can extrude as a local normal, maybe, you know, 1/4 of an inch or so. And after you finalize, you can turbo smooth it, and then there you have it. That's another way to make a pillow. Finally, we can add the some of the materials you saw in the image in the beginning. I'm going to make these couple of these things just as an idea, so how you can easily add materials like this to this type of couch and pillows. All right, so I'm using V-Ray materials. Of course, you can use your normal standard material, but then you can also add these other maps for the effects. You go to standard maps. In this case, I'm going to use the fall off. Fall off is a very nice thing to use in materials like couches and pillows, because the fall off gives the impression or the feeling that part of the, at least depending on which way you do it, like in this case, if you look at perpendicular, parallel, and view in direction, camera Z-axis, if you do your colors right, with the right intensity, you will see that there's certain whiteness on the surface of the material. Also, you can change the roughness here, let's say to 0.7, make it a little rougher. This will make it even more flat looking, more flatter looking. And you can see here that looks like it's being worn out, or the sun and the light has damaged a little bit of color, and that's what these materials look like. So fall off is really nice to do this. You can also add another bitmap to one of the channels of the fall off, like in this example. If you use this map 1 on the fall off, you will be applying not just the fall off, but also the bitmap behind. You know, make sure this is UBW map, and apply box type. You know, size it accordingly, like 4x4x4 in this case, and you can see you end up with something like this, right? Depending on how clean your bitmap is. All right, here's another way to do this. Another simple material will be this one. Again, on a V-Ray material or a standard material. To get this look here, you need to add a mask from the standard maps. And the mask has 2 channels, map and mask. Let me remove these from here so we know. I'll show you where I connected them. So once you get your gradient map from the maps here, the gradient allows you to use 3 colors. You can combine any color you want here. I'm using 2 blue, the same, and 1 in the center that's lighter. I'm going to connect this to the map channel of the mask. And here for the bitmap, I'm using this black and white bitmap. You can, you know, tile if you need to, and connect this to the mask. This will cover partially one of the maps, and it gives you this look you can see here. And the next thing is you also have to connect the bitmap to the reflection gloss tab of the material, of the V-Ray material. I'm just doing this because I want to see it, you know, shiny in that spot. So you apply this, and this is what you get. And it's pretty nice. And you can imagine if you use patterns, colors, or other maps or other images, it will look just like this, which is something I've seen in some couches anyway. And here's another nice material. This one uses only the reflect map and the bump map. Both of them are using a bitmap as the same. If you get a black and white bitmap like this, like in this case, looks like a lace. You go to reflect map and bump, and the color of the diffuse will determine the color of your pillow. You know, adjust your glossiness to any type of reflection you want. It all depends also what kind of lighting you're using in your render. And another one is this one, where on the material, all you have to do is use the fall off like before, with 2 shades here, but on one of them, on one of the maps, you use a bitmap with an actual, say, cloth or pattern bitmap. Apply this to one of the pillows here or the cushions, and don't forget to add your UVW map. I'm going to change the parameters here a little bit to make it a little better or nicer. Enable GI, change to irradiance and light cache, make it medium on here, and change this to 200. And over here, the retrace could also go up a little, 2, 3, 4, whatever. The rest is pretty much, I'm leaving it as it is, and I'm rendering. So this is the final image. You can see that it looks like that soft material that couches have, just by using the fall off. So I hope you like it, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.